Kennedy Wandera speaks to us this evening from Nairobi via Skype. Kennedy, karibu. Tell us about how Freedom Day today ended in premium tears and what the current mood of Kenyans is right now after an extension of COVID-19 restrictions for another 30 days.
Yeah, just like you put it, Gloria, it has ended in premium tears. Everybody expected at least President Kenyatta was going to lift some of these measures so that at least they can be able to move from one place to the other. But they are really disappointed a lot. But out of what President said, he belabored a lot, talking to Kenyans about the essence of continuing with these particular measures because it's for their own good health. So he said he himself wanted to open up the country and the economy, but he has to listen to his experts who say it's not just yet freedom.
Absolutely. Among the measures, what has been revised and what has not changed and why?
What has not changed is that Nairobi city is still going to be under lock and key, meaning that nobody is going to leave out of Nairobi and enter into Nairobi. The same case to Mombasa. Nobody is allowed to come into Mombasa and out of Mombasa. But what has changed is that there has been an extension of curfew that now runs for another additional 30 days. That means it has to start from that 9 in the evening and ends 4 in the following day in the morning. So still there's no much because it's still a difference of around 21 hours. So people say that nothing much has changed because people expect that they could be able to go to churches, they could go to bars so that they can be able to to stay with the friends in touch, but that is not happening yet. Now, on other measures that the president has also lifted, there has been a cessation of movement within certain parts in Nairobi, that is in Eastleigh, and also another part in Mombasa, which is known as Old Town. Now, the cessation, people coming into and out of those particular areas has been lifted from tomorrow.
Yeah. Baby steps, certainly. So during his speech, President Uhuru said that projections by the Ministry of Health show that relaxing the interventions by 20% would lead to 200,000 infections and at least 30,000 deaths by December this year. Of course, these projections are generated by a model, though. Is there evidence for this, and what are they based on?
Absolutely. Remember, the Director General of Health, Patrick Amoth, has insisted that there is a model that the government is following to just give the government a clear picture of the worst case scenario, just in case things don't go the way the government expects. And they say that Kenya is likely to hit its peak between August and September. So it will be mature to open up the country and the economy and expose the country when you've not hit the peak. At the peak, Kenya expects that the government expects that Kenya should be reporting about 200 cases or 300 cases per day, new infections per day. Yeah. So according to them, they say it's not yet that time where you will expect that the government should open up the economy. Let me give you this example. Today, Kenya, out of 3,000 samples, Kenya tested 126 new infections. This means that out of 94,000 cumulative samples tests that Kenya has carried out, we have now 2,600 infections in the country. Now, every day Kenya has been reporting in that margin 120, 130, 150. Yeah. So that means that the caseload is still increasing, and there has to be enough measures to ensure that these new infections are not reported daily. So that's what the government is doing, and is saying that we have to keep you people where you are for 30 days. At least by then we will have seen and looked at the new trends in the new infections. But if we release you right now, because there's a lot of excitement from people might end up not even following these protocols that are dictated by WHO.
I see. Kennedy, the president also noted that the country's healthcare system is not prepared with isolation facilities to handle a spike of infections. What challenges could this pose, and what solutions are being sought?
Absolutely. The government has been clear on this, saying that we can, with the new cases, the new infection that is reporting right now, most counties, yeah, Kenya is divided into 47 counties. These counties, some of them don't have isolation beds. Some of them do not have admission beds. Now that means if, for instance, a county like Busia or a county like Nairobi does not have that capacity, at least 300 beds, it means if we have a huge caseload in Nairobi, these particular facilities could be overwhelmed. And if they're overwhelmed, then it becomes difficult for the government of Kenya to control. Now, that's why it is saying that at least they will be having a summit with governors from the 47 counties, that each county, if it wants to open up, then it has to indicate that at least it has 300 beds. Just in case there are cases that are reported in those areas, at least that particular county can be able to manage that case. But for now, it is difficult because some counties absolutely have less beds. For instance, we have counties that have 1 bed, others have 10, others have 8, and like 8 that are available are already taken. So it becomes difficult for even the government to open up when counties are not prepared enough. So that's why the government is saying that at least within 30 days, governors can come forward and say, we've prepared ourselves ahead of this. If you open up, just in case you open up, then we have the capacity to mitigate this if that is the case. But for now, we can't allow that.
Well, many thanks for joining us tonight, Kennedy.
Appreciate it, Glory.
All right, stay safe. Good night.
Thank you. Take care.
Well, that's Kennedy Wandera speaking to us live from Nairobi, Kenya, about the extension of the COVID-19 restrictions in the country.